in the dry lands. The story of Essentia and blood has been here almost since the first bit was mined and shipped off into the other lands of this world. Everyone depends on this mineral, this thing that gives magic to all. And no one is quite ready when they first come. Those who breathe it and have it in their food and their clothes. The miracles they can perform. No one was prepared when the same people living here with its abundance was able to make massive machines and strange wonders. And furthermore, no one expected what would happen when it was mined and left the sheer abandon and wastefulness that predated the first thing that rose from this land. And so we come back quite a bit before our fellas downed the mighty Akiri, before the evidence of Kudama, before the skin-stealing beasts of cattle. We find ourselves in a place that no longer really exists. Its buildings exist in pure darkness. For there's Godfall Mountain, and then Outlook Peak, and in between is a place known as the God Shadow. And that is where we see Shadow Blood Outpost, nestled bigger than anyone think it should be, drawing both Essentia water and Essentia itself from all around. It's a place where tracks haven't been made just yet. The trade routes aren't there, but the miners and those with ingenuity have found themselves drawn and digging and mining, and so uprooted our vast stores of the precious mineral of magic itself. But there has been a problem. For in the recent death of the founder, the factions that they had under control, well, became untethered to anything resembling peace or order, and almost a war has broken out. Putting many people and many families at risk, children and teachers and gentlefolk who are trying to make this place like Wallen's Gulch a place that it could work, and everything everyone worked for is about to come crumbling, it seems, from greed and avarice. And we can see coming to the line where light does not touch, the place where for miles is in perpetual shadow. Why don't you all describe your characters arriving and what's on their mind, why you think they might be coming. Could be with each other or not, it's up to you.
I think that Jake is just wandering and has been attracted to, as you say, this is a place where you have all this Essentia in the water and Essentia being drawn to it. And I think that he's just drawn to it. So he's sort of coming to it not super purposefully, other than he's exploring. If we're doing this as a flashback and it's early days for him, he still really doesn't understand how a lot of this world works. So he's just kind of following his nose, so to speak.
All right. So if we imagine we're following Jake's nose and her eyes are lighting up, finding these stores, we come over the crest of Outlook, one of the minor hills, and they look down and you can see it's exposed Essentia. And I think we can look down on maybe Shepard here. Is Shepard in trouble? Is he trying to take care of trouble? Is he just trying to get to his destination? What do you think?
Oh, Shepard is causing trouble at this stage in his life.
All right. So is this just Pew at this point? Or is Shepard Pew still?
I think he's just earned the mantle of Shepard.
All right.
And in his head, the miners are the ones that are bringing all the evil and the problems to this world. And he's going to do something about it. So I am actively looking to disrupt all mining operations in this area. As I've heard, it's been broken down into chaos. So it's a good opportunity. And also I can do some good in this area.
I like it. And in that case, you come to a nearby mine that you can overlook. Right now, there has been a bell that has been rung. The miners all come out grabbing Essentia pistols and shotguns, some firing up rods that they have placed Essentia in. As you can see, a processing gang has been coming, trying to, it seems, to take over the mine itself, kick out the miners, and so they could expand their production. And as you kind of know, going on here is every part of Essentia has been split up into these different factions, and again held by the founder. Everything always worked well. With his death now, different people, different factions looking to become the one and only true faction, and thus they are beginning to meet out with their mounts of winged demonic beasts, turtles, scorpions, and all types of creatures meeting each other out as the wind blows. I imagine, Jake, you look down, Shepard, maybe hidden in the tumble grass, you can see this happening. And where does Bones fit in?
Bones is crashing through the tumbleweeds on her giant rattlesnake, going, "Rattles, slow down! I don't know where you're going. Oh crap, I think we're about to run into these people."
Amazing. So do you imagine you're about to run into these two lines of about to face off miners? And okay, perfect.
I'll probably be what sets them off. I don't even really know. I'm just trying to move my snake along this desert.
All right. So, bursting through, guns get drawn, magic files flare up as, I imagine the large terrier snake hits the hooves of horses and gets the attention of scorpions. Things roll up. Guns begin to fly and fire, and before I know it, a shootout has begun. Of course, you all see this. three, and I imagine as we've talked about, you've sort of met before. You have a sense of each other, at least as fellow wanderers, and maybe something deeper. Like, right as this occurs, what do you all want to do?
I think I'm familiar with Bones, but I think at this stage I don't know Jake. I think I've heard of him, ramblings of the ghost, and I think he's part of the problem. But yeah. So you got a bunch of people shooting out right now.
Yeah, like it's almost put into a full out fight right now.
Okay, and then Bones is seemingly crashing into it.
Yeah, you saw this. She basically accidentally started it. Like there already was tense. She went into it, and now forget it.
I'm gonna hang back for a couple seconds and see what shakes from this and what Bones does.
Who looks like the leader?
Leader, you can see. Sorry, here we go. Of the refiners, you can see he's got this strange symbol that's been around his neck, and this this essentia that burns bright like blue fire. As he's back from everybody else, watching them go at it.
How far away is he from me?
I'd say far.
I'm going to look up at him and go, "This is your fault. This ain't my fault. Time for you to pay." I'm going to try to vicious entangle him and restrain him.
All right, let's go ahead and make the roll.
That is a critical success. 2 3s.
Nice.
So that's going to be 8 plus 2, so that's 10 damage. I am also spending a hope here to restrain. Is there anybody next to him within close range?
Within close, yeah.
Well, very close, I guess.
Very close now.
Okay, then I will not spend that hope. So I will just restrain him. And I'll turn to the rest of the ones behind me and be like, "I'm here to help. He is your enemy. Attack!"
Amazing.
So this is 2 sides. So I think as Bones is doing that and everyone's focused on them, I'm going to shift into a Panther and pounce on the other leader.
Absolutely. Give me the check.
For some reason, it's not letting me go into beast form at the moment. That's weird. I can't. Oh, okay. I'm not logged in. That would be why. Can you go to Jake for a second? I'll
Yeah.
work on mine.
Yep. So I think that, but then you're thinking, I think Jake is mightily confused about what he's seeing. Because he's seeing a lot of Essentia being thrown around very wastefully, as far as he can tell. But he's also seeing it being used in ways he's never seen before. So I think he is going to sneak down as these people are firing, I'm assuming at some point someone gets hit, someone drops like a weapon, like one of their Essentia revolvers or something. He's going to get in far range, and he wants to use his mage hand to grab it and bring it to himself so he can sit there and investigate it, because he's never seen this sort of thing before.
All right. And then while he's doing that,
You're trying to grab Essentials. What are you trying to grab?
A dropped Essentia infused firearm. 'Cause he's
Perfect.
never seen something like that before. And he's
Yeah, I
like,
guess
what
go ahead and
what
give me
is-
finesse.
My finesse. Okay, there is no bonuses on that. That is a 21 with fear.
Nice. All right. So, why don't you describe what you think you find?
I do think it is like a little revolver that has got, but is like where the barrel would normally be. It's like some kind of conical, glowing bit of Essentia. I don't know exactly how the mechanism works, but it's sort of something where as the Essentia is turned, the firing hammer somehow initiates, lights something to cause a blast. So he pulls this thing in, and he's literally like, he's trying to stay kind of hidden away. He gets it on the ground, and he literally just starts sniffing it the way that a dog would. And at some point puts his mouth around it and starts like licking at the Essentia. And I don't know if we want to flip a coin to see if the gun goes off as he's doing this. Or we can just say that it happens.
Well, it was with fear. So as it I think it definitely fires here, and I think more it brings attention as
Yes.
I now see this, and it's like this another aspect to the battlefield. So we've got Bones suddenly trying to take command, and I think looking at the processes, looking at Jake, seeing this metal, the side that you're actually with looks like the side you're like their enemy side, because you're more on the minor side, like physically, and then they're looking at you going, this must be a processing construct or something like this. As a gun kind of goes off and they turn, and they're ready to take out Jake. And with that fear, this one is bound. The one you have bound, Bones, at this point sees this and locks eyes with you, and he's going, "You. They showed me you in my dreams," and will lean down, and I feel like they almost have their arms taken up by your bindings here, and they take the symbol, and like with their teeth, you even hear their teeth kind of cracking against this hard Essentia and bone amulet that they have as they digging deep, and it cracks, and there is a strange scent on the wind. Something that's not meant to be this far up in the world. Seems to go through the air. At the same time, there's a flash. And I think aiming at Bones, seeing what you've done to their boss, one of their you see one of their gunmen goes to fire at you, Bones, for a 10 against your evasion.
No, I duck. Ah!
Very nice. And with that, I'll pass the spotlight.
All right, so now, with everyone focused on the chaos that's going on, suddenly a massive panther comes out and pounces on the other leader with a 21 fear.
Nice. This is the leader of the miners, right?
The one that's not bound.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be the miners leader. Okay.
Imagine a 21 hits.
Yes.
All right. 34 damage.
Ooh-wee.
And the target must mark a stress.
I like it. Nearly bleeding. Goes, what in the world? That was with hope?
That was with fear.
Fear, okay. Awesome. All right. As you grab it at this, they yell like, "Gotta attack me, you fools!" And as he yells this, you can see three folks take out these essential blades and immediately run, trying to surround you there, Shepard, as they attack together for 14 against evasion.
That is a miss.
Woo! How do you get out of the way?
So I think I pounced on the guy, tried to take him down, and did damage, but didn't get him as effective as I wanted to. And then as they try and surround me, I dart back off into the darkness and pretty much disappear again.
You got it. Yeah, as you trying to get out, they don't know where exactly. As you're doing that, one of the miners now gets up, and you can see that there's been a fear for this. They grab what is almost, it looks like partially a huge grinder, as well as like a constantly rotating like catapult system that they're moving and charging, as the sensor's being drawn up, broken into bits, activated, and starts to rumble like explosives, and then is shot out at various folks. And so targeting Jake and Shepard Pugh, because right now it's convinced that they guess Bones is with them, is with the miners, because they know what's going on. For Shepard Pugh and Jake, I need agility reactions.
Okay. Yep, okay. This is going to be the +2.
14 for me.
Critical success.
Nice. Okay, so Shepard Pugh, that is going to be 18 magical damage. One runs into you, and Jake, you're able to nimbly move out of most of the way for a 9.
Going to use an armor to make that minor.
I have Conjure Swarm up. I will spend the hope to keep it up, as I think a massive part of like hide armor kind of pops off of me as I take the blast from it and take a major wound.
Nice.
Are either of them within close range of me?
Pugh and Jake?
Yes.
Yes.
Haha. I am going to take a strength. And on the one that shot and caused the damage, I'm going to add a hex to them. As you see, Bones puts up her fingers and blows, and this dust turns into like a little dust tornado and envelops them and starts circling around them. Now, if any of you do anything to them, you have a +2 to your action. And the GM must spend a fear equal to my spellcasting trait to remove it, or the hex creature.
Nice.
So, yeah, so you must spend a 3, because my spellcasting is 3. Yep.
Okay, so I don't know how this works because I wasn't going to do something that required a roll. But Jake looks up the person manning this thing. So Jake is freaked out. He got freaked out when the gun went off. And then all of a sudden this thing gets fired at him. And he looks up. And he's not said anything. But he sees the guy who's manning it. And I'm going to spend a hope to make a telepathic link with him. And he all of a sudden just hears in his head a voice go, "Wasteful. Why waste Essentia? Wasteful. Stop what you're doing. Not good." Very haltingly.
All right, let's do presence because you're basically trying to intimidate, I think.
That's probably what the player's trying to do. Jake has no idea what he's doing, but... And so, okay, so if I am doing a roll, I'm sorry, Josh, what was it? Did I get...
You get +2.
That's another critical success with 3s this time.
All right, get a hope, relieve a stress.
Picked the right 2 D12s today, unlike last time.
Nice. All right. So, yeah, I would say with that, this, he kind of looks and it's, something's in my head, and kind of lets go of this massive machine. And it gets so crazy. I'm actually going to spend a fear as they begin to run, and you see them grab another device, and it's like they stab it into a vein of nearby Essentia, and you can, like, part of the Essentia turns this blood red as they bleed energy off of it, and they like, it's almost like a bolt of energy shoots them far away as they go. So they're very far from the position they were just at, as they just move quick, almost teleporting, and soon be running away from the bat. Or they go, "You lily liver son of a!" as they yell at those guys running away. Now pass and spotlights to the parties.
Jake just sits back, having seen that it worked, and his tail just wags. He's proud of himself.
So I think as Pew dipped back out into the shadows, what they didn't see was a couple bombs that I had made that I left behind. And so I will activate Fireflies and damage all adversaries within close range of me.
Nice.
That is a 17 hope.
That hits.
So everyone in that area takes 11 damage magic.
Right. All right, this explodes up on the commander that you had just taken down or had bit. And then the ones that he just had gone, you can describe they will all die from this blast.
I think, again, they all saw a panther dip into the shadows, and I will come back out in my actual form. And at this stage in his life, Pew is full-on gorilla, just a massive silverback in prime condition. And he comes out walking on all fours and just looks at them all and says, "Leave the Essentia. You're destroying the land." And as I say that, the Fireflies activates.
Nice. That's when you destroyed everybody. I love it. And now you can see that, well, that's not spotlight still with all of you.
The one that attacked me, Bones turns to, goes, "I'm not finished with you yet." And then she puts her hands out, pulls out this little diary, starts reading it, mumbling pretty much. But you see this dark energy start seeping out towards him as I start blighting him and D8, making him lose his health. Ooh, that's probably not going to do anything. That is a 6 with fear.
Oof. No, you know, they quickly grab a small piece of sencha and it bursts into this light that chases away your darkness. Here. And the one you had bound now, you can see, takes out this highly engineered rifle, and you can see strange symbols on it as they now attach the symbol that they had bit and activated, and it's still glowing and burning on it, on the top of it, and the whole thing kind of glows as it takes its aim at Bones. This is the leader of the opposing of the Refiners for a 9.
Miss.
As it passes you, there's like this explosion behind you. As they start to power it up once more. Would like to go? Spotlight's parties.
Yeah.
I start cackling and do it again. Ah,
There you go. Good one.
that is going to be 7 plus 6 is a 13 plus 3 is a 16. Hold on. 4, I see. I am going to use my Unbound feature. Once per session, when you make an action roll with fear, you can instead change it to a hope.
Nice.
So that would have been with fear, but it's going to be with hope. And they are going to take 8 blight damage. And the next time that target deals damage to an ally, it is reduced by half.
All right. This was the one that shot you first, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So this time they're not able to get their Essentia going. This is how it was with hope. The spotlight is still the parties.
You got anything, Jake?
I'm trying to think what he would do here, because he investigated the one firearm. It went off. He didn't like that, but there's a lot of exposed Essentia around. And he's doing a very dog-like thing. He's kind of not paying attention to the fight. So I think what he's gonna do is he's going to, out of some of the vents on the side of his body, fog starts to come out, and he's casting his mist to obscure himself. So his mysterious mist. I have to make a spell casting roll. Have to beat a 13. That may do it. That will do it. That is going to be a 15.
Very nice.
Oh, and 15 with hope, actually. It's nice. And he obscures the mist. It's in sort of like around in a very close range. Very close? Let me grab that right. I've not used the... Yes, very close range. So he kind of does it such that he can then go into the mist, and he's going to sort of investigate these veins of Essentia because he's drawn to them.
Okay, so I imagine like kind of this almost blue Essentia mist.
Yeah.
Comes out probably from like your gears, like your exhaust.
Yep, like the vents on the side, they start to expunge this fog.
To move. Like that. And it was with hope, so spotlight still the parties as you start to investigate. And I think actually you... Right, so as you look in here, you can see where there have been other footprints of some people, from what you can tell, also sneaking around too close, not ones that would just be walking around and around, looking around here. I'll go ahead and get the spotlight to the party.
I will casually walk into the mist, and as I do, I will announce to everyone, either forfeit the Essentia or forfeit your lives. And the other leader, so the processing leader?
Yep.
Yeah, I will shift into my Panther form again while I'm in the mist, and then ambush him out of that as a Panther. Let's see here. Same roll. 21 fear.
All right. You are able to get your teeth right into them.
With 28 damage physical, and they must mark a stress.
All right.
And I think this time, like, I get a hold of his shoulder and I start dragging him back towards the mist.
Perfect. As you drag them back, you see the blood drips from your mouth and hits the Essentia here. And there's this dark smoke, along with the minor quake. And the blood winds itself around Essentia in stone. As you can see, 6 creatures arise, all being are stone and Essentia held together, but what it seems like are strands of dark red blood that keeps them bound, as her eyes glow a fiery red. All similar to Jake, except their claws and teeth are heightened. And the person you're pulling away smiles at you. He is a coming. As this pack leaps towards Shepherd Pugh. For 12.
That's a miss.
All right, what's it look like?
I will release my grip on the person, and I'll say, looks like he's going to drink your blood first. And, like, flippantly, I'll put one paw on his chest. Actually, it's going to be on his shoulder where I bit him at, and, like, I'll push off and jump backwards as they're trying to strike me, so I dodge out of the way.
All right. And with that, the creatures howl. And the sound is something that doesn't belong here. It's not right. And it chills you all to the bone, reminding you of things best left behind doors that should not be opened. And you will all lose a hope. If you don't have a hope, you would mark 2 stress. And as they do this, the other ones look, some steeling themselves, others looking with terror at what is coming. It's confusion, as no one's seen anything like this before. I'll pass the spotlight.
Bones sees this and hears this and goes, I don't know if you're out there, Pew, but I think my magic can help you. And I'm going to try to initiate a tag team.
With Pew?
Yep. I have the hoop.
You're muted, Brad, if you're responding.
Not yet. What are we doing? So we're doing a tag team, but like against what?
The creatures that just attacked you.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, as I am going to try to restrain some of them. And help you out here, so.
I think as they do that, I will again shift back into my normal form, and I will utilize fireflies.
And I'm going to... Oh, I don't actually have the hoop here. Okay, well, I'm just going to get one of them, Matt, if this does work. As you watch the cactus come out of ground and try to wrap around the main one. I got a 15 with hope.
15 with hope, and what did Pew get?
Critical success.
All right, so you both get the crit.
Yeah. Well, then I am going to take that hope I just got and spend it and restrain 2 of them.
All right.
So that's going to be 8 plus 8. Ooh, that's 16 damage from me.
And it'll be 37 magic damage to all adversaries within close range of me.
Okay. That would include the leader here.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, you see 3 of these stone-like essentia dog-like beings get torn apart. And what's your attack looking like here, Shepard?
So at this stage, they're very like crude bombs, made mostly out of wood and some powders and whatnot. You know what? Actually, I think I'm starting to dip into dynamite at this point. So, just crude dynamite.
Absolutely. As this hits, and you finally see the symbol that the processing leader had detached from them and sink into the ground. He smiles. Blood and waste will feed him, and he will send his emissaries. See, now he's coughing up blood, almost puking it from the damage. He's not long for this world. And then what comes up next? You see this creature. Strange, with wings made of, like insect wings made of thin essential crystal. And a form much like an ape or simia, about your size. So everything about this is mimicking the creatures that it senses upon the ground. As it comes up. It does not speak, but looks at everyone around and raises its arm high. And with that, essentia crystals and pockets from all around begin exploding up and becoming fiery meteorites that then fall down around all of you. I need agility from the group.
Reaction?
Yes, agility reaction.
13.
17.
20.
20?
Yep.
All right. So, Bones and Jake, you succeed. That's a fail for Shepard. And this is 16 magic damage. And 8 for the success. Those who succeed.
As that happens, Bone says, "Nobody hurts him. Not yet. He's destined for more." And I'm going to do a hideous retribution. So when an ally within close range takes damage from target, you can make a spellcasting roll against target. On success, mark a stress to deal damage.
Ooh.
So that is going to be a 13 plus 3 is a 16 with fear.
Seeing with fear, that does hit.
So they are going to take 5 damage.
All right, that was with fear.
Yes. Does spellcasting reaction roll still create?
Is it a reaction?
It's a reaction roll.
Then no. Yep.
Okay, then the no fear. So, 5 damage. Ha!
All right. You are still have the spotlight.
So, what's still around here? I'm trying to keep track of it. There's the leader of the processors. There's this winged thing that just came up. Is there?
All right. There's still some hounds around. Specifically, 3 hounds of these weird Essentia hounds, and then various miners and processors, rather. Though a lot of them now, like seeing this, what in the world are scared, maybe backing away.
Okay. So I think as this is happening, Jake has still been in the mist. And as the leader of the processors is sitting there coughing up blood and bleeding on the ground and says what he says about the blood and all of that, you all of a sudden hear a deep voice come from the mist that just says, "Abominations." And two eyes start to glow. And Jake walks out of the mist right up to where he is, close to any of the hounds around him, and the red parts of his body start to glow brighter and brighter as his internal engine revs up, and he casts wildfire on the leader and two of the hounds.
All right.
So
you look at the ape thing. Are you calling that the leader?
no, the one that seems to be on the ground causing all of this, who's bleeding
Okay.
out. and
So
causing-
them and two of the hounds are ignoring the ape thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, at the moment he's ignoring the ape thing.
How many targets are you allowed to have?
3?
3. Okay. So just mechanically, you can actually get all 3 if you want.
Of the hounds?
Well, no, so the hounds are a horde, so you can
Oh.
target. So mechanically, they're targeted together as one target. So
Oh,
you
okay.
can actually target the ape thing, the hound pack, and then the leader if you want.
Cool. I will do that then. That is a 19 to hit.
It's going to hit all of them.
Okay. And that's going to do... Well, that's a nice roll. That's 10 magic damage to all of them. As flames just erupt from the sides of Jake's body, engulfing them all.
Perfect. All right, this is going to destroy one hound. And was that with hope?
Yes, that was with hope.
Perfect. All right. So how you going? This is going to take down the leader as well as another hound. What does it look like?
So the hound just is sort of flames coming out from the side of his body, hits the hounds and hits the one hound, and it goes up in flames. He's staring at the leader on the ground because whatever is actually speaking through Jake has pinpointed him as the problem. And Jake is staring right at him, and it's from that little red strip on his chest, like almost like a gush of a flamethrower just goes out and engulfs him as he lays on the ground. And his entire body goes up in flames.
I love it. Purify Essentia, taking them out. And then who'd like to take it next?
So as that thing essentially dropped meteors on us, I would take a look at it and see that it also went into like a gorilla kind of form or ape kind of form, and so I will take that as a challenge and rise to it, and I will shift into a powerful beast form. So still gorilla, but now I'm just completely feral at this point, and more like a dire gorilla, I guess you could say.
Nice.
And I will attack the hounds, but I will look at Jake when I'm doing it, and I will say, teamwork won't save you from your greed. And I will attempt to, again, grab those two hounds, and I'm going to try and smash their heads together.
Nice.
For a 15 hope.
All right. And sorry, is this who you're talking again? I apologize.
I'm attacking the hounds.
The hounds. All right. That will hit.
Okay. for 10 physical damage.
Okay. All right. What's it look like to take down one more hound?
Again, I grab both of them and smash the heads together. Just seems like one took more of it than the other one. And so, yeah, the one that's dead, I will hold in my hand still, and the other one I drop to the ground and go from there.
Nice. That was with Hope, so the party still has a spotlight.
So, there is the big ape creature and a hounds and the leader left, right? Or the leader gone now? Jake
Leader's
killed the
gone.
leader, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So there's the ape and the hound. Okay, I'm going to unleash a lightning strike at the ape-like creature and try to take some of his life. His Bones reaches her hand out, and you watch it kind of lose its own life to it and becomes decrepit and drains and unleashes this beam that connects to it and drains. That is going to be a 15 with fear. So, does that work?
15 with fear. As you grab a hold of this thing, it looks, and that is a miss. So it just kind of grabs your arm.
Well, things for this, I believe. Give me a second. Nope, I am out of peace. Nope. Okay.
All right. And now as it looks at you, that was with fear, right?
Yes.
It breathes and you can feel your energy being drunk by it. You will lose a hope
I don't have any hope.
and mark a stress.
Okay.
And it goes to grab your other arm and try to pull you apart in front of it. It is 14.
Right.
We're gonna do a reaction
Mhm.
of not this time. I'm going to spend 3 hope to make you re-roll that.
18.
Well, crud.
All right.
No, it misses.
As it's pulling, that is 16 physical damage.
Ow. I am using an armor slot. Does that hurt?
All right. It tries to pull again for 13 against your evasion.
Yeah.
So dealing an additional 17.
Okay. Ow. Grandma's a little bloody.
All right, now pass the spotlight.
I'm taking a potion. Ow. And since I'm a witch, you will all watch that around me. My potions seem to do a little more. So D4. That's a 3, so I get 4 health back. I pretty much pop a potion and heal right back up. That's how I keep living forever. There we go. And then I'm going to take flight.
Nice. You're like, ah!
Get away from me. Ronald, stay there.
Okay. I think that Jake had been sort of staring at the corpse of the leader on the ground, and then seeing this happening above with Bones, his head just slowly looks up at this flying ape thing, and a bunch of hatches on his back open up, and he is using his arcane barrage as a whole bunch of small little, almost like missiles, fire out and hit this thing. And there is no roll; they just hit. And I'm
Nice.
just going to burn through my hope to do 3d6 damage. Nice. That is 13 magic damage to it.
Heck yes. That is major. As it starts to crack. And so, since there's no Reverend, you can all start the spotlight.
I think I was gathering myself to attack Jake, but then I heard this other thing, hurt Bones, and so I will turn around with the fury and still holding the dead dog in my hand. I will essentially beat the gorilla with this dead damn stone dog or whatever.
Mhm.
And I will roar as I do it and kind of collect myself and use regeneration.
Nice.
So first off, I gain 2 health. And then my attack roll will be... This just seems to be my damn roll today. 21 fear.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that does hit.
And it is going to be 18 physical damage.
Okay. All right, it looks up, and as you do this, it falls on the ground as its fist hits. There is this wicked pulse, like a tremor, that rockets. And you see fissures begin to open up, and some of the fleeing people fall along with Essentia into these big fissures. Almost like it's eating them up and devouring. It looks down and it roars as another explosion of it comes forth. And I will need another agility reaction from everybody.
Killing me with these agility rolls. 12.
16.
22.
All right, 16 is what y'all needed. So that is 7 for Jake and Bones and 14 for Pew.
Again, my Conjure Swarm, which is more of just reinforced hide that's on me, takes the brunt of it, but this time it actually falls off and does not regenerate.
Nice. It looks, and now people are dying, their blood mixing with Essentia. They're trying not to be devoured by the ground that has opened up from this thing as it looks. It's injured, its structure weak, almost immature, along with the hounds. Things not quite right. And it looks almost like assessing the weaknesses, thinking maybe what it'll look like next time as I pass the spotlight to the party.
Owens pulls out her ashen wand branch and aims it and goes bippity boppity pew. That's a critical success.
Perfect.
So that's gonna be 12 plus 8. That's 20 magical damage as I zap the 8 creature, right in the forehead.
How do you want to do this?
I literally bippity boppity pew, and you see like this little bullet fly from my wand and like go right in the middle of the forehead, and she goes bullseye.
I love it. That it falls and breaks its pieces, trying to become once more with the land.
I think
It's almost like the shadow becomes a little darker. Go ahead, Pew.
I'm doing my best impression of the Hulk at this point, and I just grab its body and I'm slamming it on the ground and stomping it and going berserk over it.
Nice. Right. Is Jake doing anything?
I don't think there's anything left, so I think that you see Jake's head shake a little bit, like he all of a sudden came out of something.
There's one more stone dog or horde dog, if I remember right.
Okay. So, okay, no, that still works. So he'll he sort of comes out of whatever trance he was in, kind of looks around, a little confused, sees the other stone hound, and kind of gets up on all fours and growls like he sees another dog he doesn't like and is not natural. And he will go ahead and attack that dog.
Nice.
With his the glow rings. So were his melee. So he opens his mouth and the sort of glowing Essentia fangs show up. And he lunges at it. I'm trying to remember if that's a magic. Right. Looking for the right thing. There it is. Oh yeah, okay. Still the 2 agility. That is a 16 with hope.
Hope. That will hit.
Cool. So that will be for 12 magical damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
I think he lunges at this last stone hound and bites it right on the back of the neck and just sort of shakes his head until it stops moving and just drops it.
Nice. With that, it becomes still once more. You can see the leader of the miners now, as with others, running away. Well, yeah, they're caught. Yeah. So right now you look out and the others that were here just caught within these fissures, dying or threatening to fall deeper. What would y'all like to do?
I'm glad I found you both. It's been a while, but this is so convenient that you're both in the same place. Fate must be on my side today. I don't know what to tell you. But she comes up to you, Jake, and goes, I actually got you something for you, little one. And she places a collar around your neck, like a dog collar, but it's a talisman. So she is going to give you her tethered talisman. If you do take damage while wearing this, you can expend the use to lower it. You left so soon before last time we met. I could hand you this to help protect you on your travels. But here you go, friend. And Pew. Well, how have you both been?
I've been doing well, Bones. You know this machine.
I came across him in my travels. Like I told you when I met you, for big things for you to come. He happens to be part of the big things. I'm not all crazy talk, I swear. I swear.
Is he part of it in a good way or a bad way?
Interesting ways. Always interesting ways.
Jake has leaned back and he's using his rear paw and he's scratching at the collar.
Don't worry, it's not flea collar. You can't get fleas.
Like Master gives strange gifts.
Yeah.
Does Jake have any tools for like mining stuff, or does he only forge what's just out there?
He was, you guys saying like above table?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just designed to find Essentia. He doesn't have any manner of, like, he can collect dust. He will like sit there and eat a little bit of it like it's food.
Mm-hmm.
But he does not have any like tools that are actually, he was not meant to be a mining tool. He was meant to be finding veins and taking some potentially small samples for research.
Okay. So I'm taking a closer look at you, and I see you scratching kind of like innocently. I'm starting to reassess that I may have been wrong about you.
Back at this time, Jake is even more basically just a dog. He's still looking around, kind of confused about what just happened. And actually, he'll look at Shepard, at Pew, and sort of cock his head slightly, because he was in the mist when you were in. And he goes, "Simeon or cat or big Simeon? What is your classification?"
Classification.
Jake is dog. Like Master is. This is gears turning a little bit. Bayuri. So like he can't pronounce it very well.
Simeon, normally. But I can shift to other things, other animals, when the need arises.
It looks like he's just computing that.
You're a dog. Interesting.
Yes. Jake is dog.
Jake, I'm Pew.
Pew. Friend Pew. Tail wags a little bit.
I suppose friends we are. Well, Bones, I was here to clean up after this mess. I appreciate you for that. What brought you here?
I've been searching for both of you. Bad omens coming. Bad omens. Remember what I warned you about? You. That might be coming closer than we think. Bad omens. I've seen. And I'm hoping to find you too. See, this is why Faber comes in my way, because I now have both of you here. Jake is very good at finding things like this. And together with you becoming many different things, yes, we might be able to stop this from actually becoming movement before it shouldn't. Things should stay asleep. They should not be woken. No. And you have noticed, both of you probably, that Bones is a little crazy. Like a little, like far-fetched.
Jake just thinks Bones is an awful lot like First Master. He used to talk this way all the time.
Perfect.
So before his skull was caved in, motioned to the mining leader, whatever the leader was.
This was the processing leader, I think.
Processing leader. Okay, yeah. I'll motion to him, and he mentioned something about an emissary. Was that what we just killed? And is it for the bad omen?
I think so, yes. Could I make a look at this emissary map and see if this happens to be something that might be part of the oncoming
As
horrors?
you look at the shattered, broken remains of
Yes.
this thing.
You destroyed it a lot, but maybe I can piece back together a little bit.
Oh, embarrassingly apologize.
Yeah, they give me a knowledge roll here.
Okay. I am going to use a hope in this, and I pull out a bottle of whiskey, and I motion to the boys, "Whiskey and wit!" And I take a chug. That is going to be a 17 with hope. Actually, hold on. That's a 20 with hope. Aha.
A 20 with hope. As you. All right. So you look at it, and I'll give this description to you, kind of what you're trying to feel like you see, because these do seem like the beginnings of the tidings of the what you know is to come. What kind of jumps out?
Oh, Bones, Hugo looks. This is bad. This is bad. No, this is not good. This is one of the first to come. We cannot let this happen. If this comes and rises, then it only unleashes the next. This then a domino effect. Oh, no. And then she points to Pew and goes, "You! It will be bigger than you and resemble you a lot."
I've never met anything bigger than me I couldn't cut down.
You will soon. If we will not stop this. No, we must stop this. How do we stop this? I don't know. That's why I found you two. Ha ha!
Well, if Jake here can find it, I'll break it.
There's a third, though, and we must find. Yes. Not now, but we will. Yes, you two will. And then I will come back and join you. Yes, this is how it will be. But for now, maybe we search out clues? Or what brought you both to this mine in the first place?
I'm here to shut it down, which seems like my job is done. So I'm free for whatever you need me for.
Much Essentia. Find Essentia. First directive. Find Essentia. Essentia here.
So maybe we help Jake collect Essentia. Then we start researching.
Much Essentia used strange devices. Strange devices using Essentia. Violent ways. Wasteful. But Essentia seems normal. He sort of sniffs at the Essentia again, but I'm assuming that it is a standard Essentia mine. So it's
Well, all right. So during this conversation, you've let those who are trying to run away perish in the fissures, screaming as now their cries almost begin echoing. And this wisps of red mist just linger in the new fissures. But indeed, it does seem like what's here is normal enough, though the devices and everybody's kind of left it. The mine is abandoned for now, it seems, and both whoever was left from the processes and the miners have fled, probably to homes or the processing shop. But I would say, I guess there is something probably suspicious that Jake finds. What do you think that is?
So you did actually mention before when he was looking that there was evidence of other people skulking around. You had said something about like footprints or something.
Yeah.
So maybe he finds that again. And maybe he's finding maybe other instances of like a little bit of blood being used, like other maybe little pits or fissures of like somebody's tampered with some of the veins, not in a big way, not in a way that would be noticed, but in a small way, like someone's taking from it and using it for something.
Makes sense.
So I think as Jake is searching around, he sort of stops and sniffs, and his nose is just right down on a spot. And he kind of paws at it and looks up at the other two. Not normal. Not normal. And he kind of points at one of these for the other two to see.
While he's doing that, I'll walk over to one of these weapons and I'll say, sure was violent. I don't know about not effective. I think I could use this. And I think this is the first time that Pew picks up a rifle.
Nice.
So, yeah, I will now use rifles going forward. And then I'll walk over to what Jake is pointing out for us.
What do you think it is, Jake?
He looks at it and he sort of looks dumbfounded for a moment. And we'll say that there's a click and a whir, and the deeper voice comes out again. It goes, the vein is natural, but somebody has tampered with it. It's unclear how and to what end, but they have been utilizing it, not mining it like the others. Not for fuel, but for something else. And is that... Are they using blood? What does this even mean? Need to find more. Need to find more. He clicks off. He just sort of looks up blankly at Bones.
No, this is exactly what you need to find. Yes, omens. See, Pew? I spoke of this, and it's happening. We must stop it. Yes.
His head just slightly tilts at you. He goes, face like First Master, talk like First Master.
First Master smart, yes.
Familiar. Jake likes familiar. His tail wags.
Do either of you think you could pick up the trail?
Possibly.
Jake will try.
I'll use my ability Gifted Tracker. And I will spend my last hope to... we'll go with what direction did they go?
All right. You're trying to track the person who was here?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'll shift into a hound form, and I'll sniff it as well. And I'll apply some organic sniffing along with his mechanical and try and figure it out from there.
Jake's tail wags faster, and he goes, Pew friend is dog 2.
Well, you said you like familiar.
Dog's good. Jake is good boy. Pew, good boy.
I'll chuckle at that.
Yeah. You look and you can see that whoever was here, leaving bits of blood and snooping around. Maybe it was even in this altercation. You're not sure. Seems to have made their way deeper into the mine. This particular one I think of as it's deep, dug into the ground itself. So there's makeshift ladders almost around a large pit that keeps going deeper and deeper. And from inside of this that they've excavated has tunnels and other things been dug.
They went deeper into the caves. Do we want to follow?
Yes, we must follow. We must. This is part of the prophecy. We must.
Does your prophecy allow for a rest before we do it? I'm a little beat up.
Give me 1 second. She flips through her diary. Yes. Depending on how long of rest. But it allows one.
Just enough to gather my breath.
Yeah, all of Jake's armor plating is just hanging off of him at this point, as all of his armor has been used.
Absolutely. Yeah, so look here essentially is where it doesn't kind of go in so much as it just is dug deeper and deeper and deeper, like in almost a cavern, like quarry-esque.
So, yeah. I'd like to take a short rest and then look at going down the quarry.
Yep. It's fine with me.
Yes, we can sit around camp. I pull out a bottle of whiskey, start handing it to you both.
Yeah.
Drink up.
Describe and narrate what you do for your rest here.
Bones, you see, collects more cactus pieces and like trims them and then puts them over her body. And that's technically the armor she wears as her little old witchy self. And then, yes, for my stress, I pour shots for each of us out of the bottle of whiskey that has the triple X sign on it. Yeah, good stuff.
think I would try and do what my mentor taught me and try and meditate to clear my stress. But I think maybe a minute into it, I just give up and I angrily snatch the bottle and I will drink from it. And that's how I'm going to clear my stress. And then, yeah, I will spend some time patching up my armor as well.
Yeah, I think that Jake goes over, and this would be sort of because Pew was probably wondering exactly what the sampling is. He sees Jake go over to one of the Essentia veins and sort of opens his mouth, and it's a mining tool is something like a pickaxe or something that's a very sort of blunt in terms of like a macro tool that's going to cut big chunks off. This is almost a very fine set of almost like little blades that seem to scrape at, create bits of dust, and then the dust get inhaled into his mouth, and this is how he heals his wounds. And so you see the glow of his eyes and stuff start to glow a little more as he's taking that in and he's healing from his wounds. And then after a bit of that, the little micro machines come out and start repairing the armor. These little things start coming out, pulling the armor plating back up, re-welding it and sort of putting himself back together.
I will get up real close to you and watch this is happening. Fascinating. How do you do that?
And I think Jake is done and looks at him and goes, Jake must eat. Eating makes wounds go away.
They do for flesh and bones, but you're a machine.
Jake kind of looks around, vaguely confused. First Master made me this way.
Made to eat. Interesting.
Let's do 3 for both. And I think you can see, if you're close, Pew can kind of see that with the eyes, and that there's that blue glow of the Essentia coming out of him. You can probably get the sense that he does run off Essentia. So he's calling it eating. It probably looks a lot like taking in almost like a fuel source.
Yeah, I'll just stare at you dumbstruck for a little bit, and then remember that Bones is there. And what else is that journal of yours say that we're gonna find down there?
She quickly closes it. Secrets. Only secrets. Time will tell. Yes, yes. Drink up, drink up. We must get going. Yes.
This is, I should say, Jake sort of looks at the whiskey, smells it, can't smell anything because he doesn't really smell organic stuff, and just kind of looks at you.
Drink. Drink. She's confused. She quickly turns her back so you can empty it if you want.
The little compartment on his chest where Pew in the future will know is where he keeps the dynamite when Farla gives it to him, opens up, and he mage hands the whiskey into that little compartment to hold on to because he figures it must be important. She gave it to him. He'll figure it out later.
turns back, sees both of you. Hopefully, drink your shots. Ah, good, good. Then she flies up behind both of you and starts poking you with her wand. Get going! We must hurry! We are on time limit. Bad things will happen if we don't do it now.
All right. You start making your way down to this mine that goes deep. You can see all around it sentient machines that were meant to crawl along the sides, like almost large legs that dug in. After a while, even though it goes more or less straight down, in the cars, the refractions, the light above no longer reaches down. The only things left are the soft glow of Essentia. As you traverse lower, you can find now a little outpost. Strange places, and you can see a small fire burning. It's like maybe 6 or 7 houses built partially foundationed into large Essentia crystals, like a way station. So they can run it up pulleys and things up above. The battle above must not have called some of the folks here. But you can see there's 3 children looking like they probably came from different families. And then Furnace and Kalapa, along with a human. Inside you can hear the sounds of one of the houses of cooking. They're just kind of minding this place. There may be another one around. But now it looks like maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 families kind of manage this. Living where the sun doesn't come. Or the only light they get is from the Essentia crystals. Strange place, but you reckon the pay must be good. Else why would they be here? Seeing this little outpost, what would you like to do?
Well, up until this moment, Pew was feeling pretty good about himself, slaughtering all those miners. But now that he's being reminded that there's families that just suffered for that, he not feeling too great. Very quiet.
Jake, who was actually kind of oblivious to what was happening to folks upstairs, is just sort of wags his tail as he sees the children, but he's sort of sticking with Pew and Bones, waiting to see if they want him to keep tracking or keep going or what they want to do.
Yes, keep going, keep going. Don't worry about the little ones. They don't matter much now. Their father's gone. Yes, let's just keep going. Keep going.
So, Matt, just for clarification, we're only seeing children, or are we seeing children, families?
It does seem that you can smell and hear the sounds of cooking from inside some of these places.
Okay, so they have some form of guardianship. Got it.
Yeah.
One, I think Matt said it sounds like the folks down here did not get called up to the fight.
At least some of them didn't. Like,
Some of them did.
like basically, there's possibly like one half went up and the other stayed.
Yeah.
But,
Best we avoid that group. They may not be too receptive after what happened upstairs.
No, they'd have more questions than you'd have answers. And it's not a good time to give them.
I agree. Let's try and avoid it if we can. And we'll try and sneak around it.
Yes. Best ideas. Yes.
all right. Yeah, let's go ahead and lead a finesse here. Who would like to be the main one making the finesse?
Not me. But I will if you guys want. Okay, I will do it.
I'll do it. I'll shift into my panther form again. And we'll try and help lead the group past them silently.
I point to Jake and go, see, this is why. Perfect trio. Yes, yes. I'm going to spend a hope for myself to give my experience time to hightail. Well, that's going to be a 21. 21.
Okay.
20.
All
Yep.
right. Cool. And then, Jake, what are you doing to help the roll?
I think that the vents open up and the mist comes out again. Just obscure them. Looks like Essentia, so it should be pretty innocuous. But I gotta make my spell casting roll. That is, I think that's gonna be just enough. It's gonna be a 13. Yeah.
All right, so then Pew, you get a +2 to this finesse lead.
That is a critical success.
In that case, you get past the settlement. It's hard going. You find what you're climbing down mostly are ladders that connected. All the machines were left up top, and those aren't sneaky at all. So you are sometimes flying or jumping from ladder to ladder, seeing where bridges are made as you go lower and lower down. As the settlement begins to lose sight. Pew, you still smell whoever it was here. Seems to have gone lower. You see signs of what almost looks like spike-like indentations into the sides of this place. Where something about your size, a single person might have come down. But you're not sure what they would have looked like. It almost looks insectoid in nature, the indentations. But you see the little scent of blood, and wherever there is blood, it's marked in the strange symbol, similar to what you saw the person up top have in their Essentia burns, just a little brighter. And with that, we're going to end for tonight.
All right.